Inside the eyes of the public, footballers are already inherently good, like Cristiano Ronaldo, Haaland, and even Mbappe. But what you don't see is the countless of hours of training that they do in order for them to become as good as they are. In this video, we will go over specific training practices that you should focus on in order to get as good as the pros fast. Number 1, understand the game. Look, knowing how to play the game is the easy part, but understanding how you should play the game is a whole lot harder. Fortunately for you, I'm going to explain to you what you need to know to get the game down. To understand the game of soccer, you can essentially narrow it down to tactics, physicality, mentality, technique, work rate, and goals. I'll be talking about each of these individually, but the faster you can get these down and fully embrace them, the better you will get a whole lot quicker. Number 2, your technique is holding you back. Technique of your fundamentals is the foundation of what's going to make or break you into being a bad or excellent player. Not having a good grasp of your 4 main fundamentals will drastically slow down your progress. Not being able to dribble means you will lose the ball more. Not being able to pass means you won't be able to help your teammates. Not being able to shoot means you're going to miss a lot of key opportunities. Not being able to control the ball, again, means you're going to lose the ball more. Concentrate on key fundamental skills, such as dribbling, passing, shooting, and ball control. Mastering these basics can significantly improve your overall game. Some drills you can use to improve these skills are juggling for ball control, shooting at a net for shooting, cone passing for your passing, and cone dribbling for your ball dribbling. Another thing that you should be mastering is 1 to 2 secret skills you can use in certain situations. Now, I'm not talking about spending countless hours trying to learn the rainbow flick or a Rabona. None of that here. I mean, just look at Messi, one of the best in the world. He has mastered one skill that he uses all the time and it's super effective: the body feints. Those are the type of skills that I want you to learn. Super easy, but also super effective. Skills like the body feint, the ball roll, the fake shot, the step over, the stop and go. You want to have 1 or 2 of these type of skill moves stored in your locker, because having them will make you a more unpredictable and dangerous player and will get you better faster. Number 3, be tactical. Being tactical doesn't just mean when you're on the pitch. It also means being tactical off it. Every player is different with their own sets of strengths and weaknesses, which is why when you're off the pitch, you should be evaluating yourself and figuring out what your strengths and weaknesses are, and focus on improving your weaknesses. Well, you also want to keep in mind the position you play in. For example, if you're a winger and you're not good at crossing and defending, focus on being able to cross the ball properly before you move to defending. Now, being tactical on the field means being able to read the game as it goes and having good decision-making skills that will benefit you, especially with your movement on and off the ball. Being able to read the game and move into open space for a shot on goal, or deciding to pass the ball to a teammate to create a chance, is what is going to make you better and a well-regarded player. We have just gone over on how to properly understand the game, how your technique is most likely holding you back, and how to be tactical on and off the pitch. But I've got 4 more tips for you to get better faster. So let's keep going. Number 4, work rate. This will probably make or break how quickly you get better. Cristiano Ronaldo would famously get to training early and stay afterwards just to train some more. And look at where that has gotten him. Your work rate means training by yourself to obviously better yourself, training with others to get better as a team, and actual game time to get used to unexpected and different situations. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, how do you get more game time if you only play once a week or haven't even joined a team yet? Well, my friends, that's when you start Googling pickup soccer games in my area, or you join a Facebook group, as they are always looking for scrimmage games or actual players for their team. Heck, they even make apps for specific pickup games. So there's no excuses all around. If you want more game time, you can find it. Once you have found a team, you can ask them to practice together. And if they're not available, you can ask a different friend so you can hone in on your skills. Now, training by yourself is something that you want to do consistently with the right amount of intensity. Doing so will drastically improve your skill set. And a bonus little secret with training I want to mention is to use your weak foot at every opportunity in individual training and slowly incorporate it into your games. Unpredictability about which foot you will use will confuse opponents and will create you more key opportunities. Number 5, mentality. Having a strong mentality in soccer is so much more important than you might think. During an interview with Pep Guardiola, Manchester City's coach and manager once said this about Phil Foden's mentality.
I saw a quote, you said that he's the most talented player you ever coached.
And he's a guy making mistakes and he's forgotten here. It's the most important part for a football player is here, not here, it's here. He's forgotten in 1 instant, 1 second, and he's thinking next one. There is example, the game against Borussia Dortmund at home. He missed 3 chances. Do you know who scored? Was him.
You heard what he said. The most important part of a football player is his mind. That being said, using your mind to believe that a mistake is the worst thing that can happen is a limiting belief. Mistakes happen to all of us. Even the best players in the world can't go without a mistake. It's important to learn from it, but don't let it consume you. Instead, take a moment to clear your mind, breathe, and reset. Dwelling on your past can hinder your moments in the present. The difference between a good and a bad player is that a good player will recover, hustle, play with urgency, and put everything they got into figuring out what needs to happen next, and then they go ahead and do it. This is also important so you stay motivated and confident with your abilities. Number 6, physicality. Your physicality plays a significant role in how you play and progress because of everything that has to do with it. This includes speed, strength, explosiveness, balance, and fitness. Just to put it into perspective for you guys, the average male soccer player runs on average 6 to 8.5 miles in a single 90-minute match, which means you gotta go 90 minutes of defending the ball. This is a contact sport after all. In fact, an analysis shows that 2 to 3 weekly strength training sessions carried out for 8 to 12 weeks improves your speed and physical performance. Another thing to add here is to accept your size and utilize it to your advantage. For instance, if you're a smaller player, you might be faster in your feet and a faster dribbler. Whereas if you're a bigger player, you can use your body to defend the ball by keeping it on the opposite side of yourself and away from the opponent. Lastly, do not rush returning from an injury because you feel like you're falling behind. Injuries are part of the game, and a proper return is much better than being a liability. Not getting the proper rest or recovery can physically harm your body even more completely, slowing you and your progress down by putting you out for weeks or even months. So go ahead and get that rest and recovery time. You're gonna need it. Number 7, goals. When I say goals, I don't mean scoring goals, although that still applies here, so go ahead and score some goals. No, my friend. I'm actually referring to smart goals. Let me go ahead and give you an example. Say you're a midfielder and you only have 5 assists to your name this season, but you want to double it to 10 assists next season. That being said, you are now ready to use your SMART goal. A SMART goal is an acronym for a specific type of goal setting you want to make for yourself. S stands for specific. Getting assists is a specific action you want to improve. M is measurable. You are able to count and track your progress in this instance. From 5 assists, you want to get to 10 assists. A is achievable. Depending on your situation, you may have to tweak your goal if it's not achievable. But this goal I gave as an example is attainable. R is relevancy. Getting assists is very relevant to a midfielder. Whereas if your goal was to score 10 goals as a defender, that's not quite relevant. T is time bound. In this instance, absolutely, because you have from the start to the end of next season. This is how you go about the process of setting and making yourself a SMART goal. Doing so will push you, and you'll be more easily to visualize what you need to do to get better. Those are 7 different training techniques for you to use if you want to get better at soccer faster.